Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back for more Can-Am Lacrosse League action. We have some excellent Senior B lacrosse ahead for you. It's a rematch of yesterday's game between the Grand River Warriors, who you just saw, and down to our right, with a couple new players added today, the Onondaga Redhawks. And I will say, yesterday we had some issues with our scoreboard camera. It was just one of those days. We tried everything we could to get it working. It just did not work. And then this morning we tested it, all good. We got everything sorted out, and it is fine. I think the Onondaga Redhawks need to take the same approach. Make a couple of tweaks, come out, and kind of forget about yesterday. Don't forget completely it happened, but just, it's in the past. 20-9 win for Grand River, that's okay. You come out and you play today. They've got a couple more players. That's definitely going to help. It's got to add some extra oomph having some more players. They've got Percy Booth added to the lineup. He's out there right now. He is to our right on the face-off. He's got the wooden stick wearing the number 88. They've also added Vern Cook Jr. wearing number 4. He is on the bench for the moment, but he will be out shortly. Other than that, they are pretty much back the way they were. A lot of changes for the Warriors. We'll get into some of those, but here's one of them, Jacob Bomberry, the veteran, who comes into this game with 7 goals and 9 assists. There's Gord Walls, good. He was given the game ball yesterday after a terrific game. His first shot is turned aside by JP Fergola. He is once again facing Dusty Hill at the other end of the floor. Peter Leota with the outlet pass. I don't remember if Leota was using a woody yesterday, but definitely some traditional sticks on the floor today. You go over to the far side, and Cree Cathers comes near side to Leland Powless, rips it. Dusty Hill's made his first save of the game. Long outlet pass to Gavin Sky, who had a goal yesterday. He's looking for another today. He can't get the ball. It's going to be snagged away from him by JP Fergola. Gavin Sky has got to be frustrated with that one because it just kept popping off of his stick. Now he's got to hustle back on D. That's a long run to go up and back. And he's coming out on the shooter. Vern Cook Jr. tried to take advantage. Nice play by Gavin Sky after all that running to get out and make a good defensive stand. And Cole Powless will scrap that one, get in there and grab it, and makes the outlet pass here. Hits Julian Moreno, who is one of the additions, was not here yesterday. Neither was Cole Powless. Tyden Hill, Johnny Powless, Sid Powless, all out from yesterday. Some working, some just not available. Here we have Damon Dockstader, wide open look. What a chance there for Keelan Point. He was not in the lineup yesterday. I believe he was working. And through a couple of minutes here, we are scoreless. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. Pleased to be bringing you this action that I'm sure is going to be closer than yesterday. There was a big push by Onondaga in the second period. Then Grand River was much happier with their third as they pulled away. Here's Devin Buckshot going to the net, save by that goaltender stick for Dusty Hill. And trying to force his way up is Ryan Johnson. Makes a nice outlet pass to Dougie Powless. And they're going to slow things down a little. Powless will hand that one off. This is Walls good. John Perry Smith cutting through the middle. He's another addition. He's wearing the 29. Walls good, gets that one in the corner. Big pick there from Damani. Damani Thomas with that play. Here's Dice Miracle, big game yesterday on his return from some eye surgery, just LASIK surgery. And he's probably seeing the ball great. He certainly seemed to be seeing what he was shooting at yesterday. That one's blocked though. Nice job by Hayden Hemlock to get in front of that one. See if Rio Johnson is playing. He looks, yeah, I think he's there. Apparently, a bit of a bump yesterday, but he seems to be going back in. He's number 7. He'll be the 5th forward as the last defender comes out. He is up at the top. Had some great goals yesterday, as he is wont to do. And Onondaga certainly coming out looking like a team that doesn't think they're going to fall 20-9 again. They've got a lot more energy. Those a couple fresh pairs of legs. And now we're going to have an illegal pick. That one called on Julian Moreno, who's trying to get make an impact early in the game. Made one not the way he was hoping, but watch for him in those bright, salmon-colored shoes right there playing defense. He will take off up the floor. Right now, he's lost his man, but Gavin Sky there to help out. Maybe he was just passing him off. Sky gets it, flips it ahead, switched hands to do it. Gets it over to Cole Powless. He pulls it up. He's got Tommy Montour with him. Flips over to Vern Hill. Vern scored a underhand roll goal yesterday. Got a couple of goals. He is so crafty. Here's Jacob Bomberry. Damani Thomas. There's a screen there, saved by Fregola with the shoulder. I'm Steven Stamp. Pleased to be with you today here on Stamp Lax Productions on YouTube. Dockstader bounces one. Fregola has it, drops on it. He knew it was somewhere down there. Good job to just fall straight down. Even then, your feet start going backwards. It can get a little dicey, but nicely handled by Fregola. And we're almost 5 minutes in with no scoring yet today. And this Onondaga team looking much more like the team that was right in the thick of the hunt for fourth place with Grand River. That pass to the crease doesn't connect, just getting away from Colby Gould out there for an offensive set. That was Keelan Point. 19 gets it back. He's going to go far side. And Gord Wall's good. Hits the cutter, Sean Perry Smith. That is beautiful three-way passing. What a play. Look at this. You're going to see the hard pass all the way across. And Perry Smith cuts it just the right time. Onondaga completely loses him. And there's Perry Smith getting back to the bench. It's 1-0 for the Grand River Warriors. Beautiful play there. Perry Smith coming up from the senior C ranks. There's no question he had the shooting ability to play here. Just the overall game. Did he have it? Well, he's doing pretty well. Dougie Powless looking to see where he wants to go with the ball. Comes out and gets it immediately to Ryan Johnson, who skids to the concrete. Watched there by Devin Buckshot. Makes the pass out. And Howdice Miracle. Onondaga leaving a player down the floor. It's Vern Cook Jr. He's going to want this pass. Gets it from Percy Booth. He fights his way through. Penalty coming. It'll be wiped out by a gorgeous goal. What an effort there from from Vern Cook Jr. There's how you have an impact early in the game. You see this pass ahead to Cook. Ducks underneath. There's the hold. As Moreno got caught getting a little over-aggressive, going up over the top. Cook just goes underneath. And I'm okay with missing one face-off here, because I want to see this one more time. Oh, God, that's beautiful. What a play. 1-1. 5:45 in here. Leland Palace is staying up the floor. Takes a cross check there and having a little bit of fun. And we're going to have the first penalty of the game. It's going to be an interference call. We talked about how they were kind of banging around down there. And eventually, Clint Doolittle had enough, and we'll see our first power play of the game. That's Riley Squire. He's wearing the 7 today. Was he wearing 7 yesterday? No, he had his 5 on in their orange jerseys. Now he's wearing the 7 in the white, as Onondaga goes with their blacks. Pretty sharp uniforms on both of these clubs. There's a beauty bouncer to bury that from Rio Johnson. And then Tommy Montour getting into it with Cook and Johnson. And Montour is going to go to the box, and we'll take a look as he's escorted away at this goal. Rio Johnson's just going to get that behind the back flip pass and a little sidearm sweep. Tough to do much about that, but that power play goal makes it 2-1. And The Onondaga Redhawks go right back on the power play. The big win yesterday for Grand River pulled them ahead a bit in the standings as they had gone in at 4-4, now 5-4. Onondaga had gone in at 3-4, now 3-5. But if Onondaga can turn around and win this one, it really wipes out a lot of what the Warriors achieved yesterday. Nick Sky is talking to his group on the bench, just really going over what he wants them to do, how he wants them to run things. Grand River are quite happy with their defense. They just feel like they're not getting the scoring that they really want or need if they're going to compete with Newtown and Allegany, the top two teams in the league at this point. And that's their goal. They want to be there. And now it's going to be possession. We were waiting for the face-off. It's going to be Onondaga possession with that penalty called. So they go right back to the power play, and they have the ball. Strong right, Rio Johnson will hand it off to Leland Palace. They'll come near side. Matt Byron kept it moving pretty quickly. Creek Cathers is going to rip one. That's wide. It'll be grabbed by Byron. Palace bouncer scores. This is not the same Redhawks team we saw for much of yesterday. Look how simple they make this. Just toss it up. That shot from Cathers misses. Shot clock ticking down. So Leland Palace, just the bouncer, finds a home. They must have seen some things that they were thinking they could exploit on Dusty Hill, who's been terrific. He was just won the Arena Lacrosse League championship with the Six Nations Snipers, and he was just lights out in their playoff run. That team coached by Darcy Palace, the head coach for the Warriors. So they're coming off some success. They want to keep that rolling. Onondaga coachless at this point. They've got Mike Kurdzlik actually listed as a coach, along with Carl Starkey. That's a great chance. Gord Wall's good. Just pings it off the outside of the post after taking that pass from Riley Squire. Onondaga with a 3-1 lead coming back into the offensive zone. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. You watch all the Grand River Warriors action this year from home here on Stamp Black's YouTube. Cook at the first goal gets separated from the ball by Vern Hill. It's still bouncing around. 8 seconds is a long time to muck. So Vern Hill, though, will tap it away. Now he picks it up with nobody near him. He's thinking of the longer pass. Not really there, so he gets to Moreno, and that's a 10-second count. And I don't think that's the right call. Darcy Palace is livid because that 10-second count must have started when the ball was tapped, not when it was picked up. He's saying they didn't have possession, which I think is correct, until Vern Hill picked it up, and there's no way it was 10 seconds or even 8 seconds from that point. Another rip by Cook, and that's stopped by Dusty Hill. They're going long there to Cole Palace. Tommy Montour actually tipped it, and now coming off the bench, backdoor. Oh, what a beautiful play. Great pass by Todd Thomas. Boy, we saw some beautiful passing on their first goal, and here is another one. You can see Palace makes that pass there. And then Thomas just takes it, and one more. Cole Palace, who started it, and Keelan Point keeps the ball moving. And eventually right back to Cole Palace on that lovely pass from Todd Thomas. It's 3-2. Coming away with it is Ryan Johnson. He'll head up into the offensive zone. Onondaga leaving a player up the floor again. It's Leland Palace. Watched there by Lennox Minton, one of the alternate captains for this club. Gordwall is good, trying to get underneath. Percy Booth says, no, sir. He'll just head back up to the top and try and get something going. But a nice chance driving through for Perry Smith. He missed, though. They're going to come back to him on the near side. He'll rip it again. Fergola makes that stop. It's just swatted ahead and out of play. Percy Booth just flung that one up into his own bench. Todd Thomas trying to get another setup to Devontae Thomas, but wasn't caught. Jacob Bomber makes that pass out. And there's a lane. Oh, ducking under. What a move by Todd Thomas, but he misses the net. They're down to a dozen on the shot clock as Damani Thomas comes out of the corner. He'll rip one. Another save by Fergola. That'll be a fresh 30 for whoever gets it. I think they're calling a warding off. Yeah, it looked like Peter Leota just got his one hand off the stick and kind of grabbed on a bit. He tried to hit the cutter, Damon Dockstader. He couldn't get it, so the Redhawks was let it roll through to Fergola, and Percy Booth with the outlet to Leota. Leota's going. Takes a shot as he was getting hook checked on the trail by Vern Hill. I think he felt like he was running out of options and thought he'd just try to get something on net. Not sure it was a great decision. We approach the midway, or past the midway point here of the first half, first period. Here's Dice Miracle. How Dice Miracle to the net. Saved by Fergola. Just gets over there and gets that hand on it. Todd Thomas picks it up, though. Devin Buckshot up the floor, so he's watched by Gavin Skye. Gordwall's good. Gets a shot off. That's off the post, I think. Todd Thomas tracks it down. Another fresh 30. Can't be great for the legs of this Redhawks D, but they're sticking with them. Boy, they are having a really strong defensive set series of possessions, and that's going to be an illegal pick. Just a little too zesty by Keelan Point. And Hayden Hemlock, I like that play to just take his time to pick that ball up. Let the other guys get changed so you can get all your tired defenders off the floor before you start with possession. Wow, Rio Johnson under all kinds of pressure from Tommy Montour. Great little behind the back pass to flip out of trouble. Here's Buckshot watched by Gavin Skye. Gives him a big push. 3 on the shot clock. Don't know he's got time to make a pass at this point. He'll try and get a shot off. Great defense by Gavin Skye. Oh, we've got a penalty coming. Looks like Tommy Montour again. He's still going after Vern Cook. And that has been Tom Montour's downfall through the years, is his inability to kind of rein himself in. Great player, so smart when he's out playing, but he's going to take a slashing call here, and that'll send another power play on the board for the Onondaga Redhawks. They lead 3-2 with 8:41 to go here in the first. Looks like, oh, we have Tucky Palace tying his shoelace in the crease. One official blows it in, the other says, hang on, this is not the ideal starting circumstance, and we are ready to go. Rio Johnson behind the back. Gathers shopping, not sure where he's going to go. They're just going to keep circling. And now Vern Cook sets a pick. They start to get some motion going. Low shot from Palace, but Dusty Hill saw that one all the way. Buckshot tries to pick it up, can't. That flick pass is going to go straight to Vern Hill. This could be trouble for any team facing him. Vern Hill switches hands as he is wont to do. Goes low, it's up out of play, and that will be Grand River possession. Rio Johnson says, blow it in, I'll take the ball. They're going to wait. John Perry Smith will go to penalty kill mode. So you can see just under a minute and a half left in the penalty to Montour. Perry Smith seems pretty content to take whatever checking they can administer. Now he's going to break to the net. Fergola had to make a big save, and Perry Smith's going to get a fresh 30. That's a check from behind. Is it a penalty? No. It's just going to be called a push on the loose ball, and it'll be another fresh 30 for Grand River. They're down to 107 in this penalty kill. Perry Smith and Rio Johnson really getting it into the middle. Johnson just lowered the boom. There is a penalty coming to Onondaga. Not sure if it's on that slash or if something happened further up the floor. Perry Smith will get it back, and they get a fresh 30 and can keep on killing penalty. They'll kill as much as they can. Man, the ideal for them would be use up this 30, get a shot and a reset, and eat up the whole thing. A little reverse flip there, reverse whip from Damani Thomas, and Rio Johnson's getting after him. It is the slashing call. Who's going? It is Rio Johnson. So called from the far end of the floor. Can't really argue with that one. They were back and forth, and then Rio Johnson just wound up and lumberjack chopped down on John Perry Smith. So that puts us at 4-on-4 for 38 seconds. Thanks for being with us here on Stamp Black's YouTube. Please do subscribe. Got lots of stuff going on here. We've got Three Nations League action from the Turtle Dome, Snake Island, and Akwesasne Bucks games. All the Akwesasne Bucks home games. Nice shot from Perry Smith, just a little wide, and a few Muskies games here and there. And that, of course, another one of the teams competing for the leagues, competing for the President's Cup. Great pass through. Todd Thomas just got tied up. He's through the crease. He can't play it. Scooped away. And off goes Peter Leota, who is back to the Tupperware stick he was using yesterday. If you're watching the game, enjoying it, let your friends know, because I think people might be thinking after yesterday's blowout, this might not be competitive. As you can see, this is quite a battle in Can-Am action. Allegany has come out of the league the last couple of years, but Newtown looking really good. Grand River thinks they can be right there with them. Onondaga ready to battle. Butt end saved by Fergola. It'll be a fresh 30 as Gordwall's good picks it up. Perry Smith's going to wait at the top. They've got 47 left on the power play. Lots of time to work with. Perry Smith will cut into the middle, set a pick, opens the lane. Nice backdoor attempt. Quick stick from Howdice Miracle. Didn't quite get it through. Bomberry goes to the righties. Back to Bomberry. He's going to flip it behind his back. Perry Smith bounces one. John Perry Smith points to the penalty box at Rio Johnson at the end there. That's the guy who went for slashing Perry Smith. You see this is going to be behind the back all the way. And then just a little sidearm skipper. And do we get the point? Yeah, we do. Just barely. That was the point at Rio Johnson in the box. So it's 3-3. Quite a battle. Tell everyone to join in. This is going to be quite a game. Dougie Powless gets it, hands it off to Moreno. Head to Howdice Miracle. One Onondaga player still staying up the floor. They tried to feed it through to Dockstader. He couldn't catch it. Vern Cook quickly over Rio Johnson. Buckshot wasn't quite ready for that. And Vern Hill will race in and get that one. And he's going to make the outlet pass to Cole Powless. The acceleration from Cole Powless. He had to wait for that pass. As he's catching, he starts to go, and he's moving quickly right away. Here's Jacob Bomberry. Buckshot up the floor for Onondaga. They're still a little short. They've got 14 runners. Is that going to be over and back? It is. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first. I'm Steven Stamp here on Stamp Black's YouTube Productions. Byron, seeing what he's got with him. Johnson cuts through the middle. They try and open the space, but pretty good integrity for the most part for the Warriors. And then they absolutely lose Vern Cook Jr., who gets a great chance but is turned aside by Dusty Hill. Ryan Johnson had to extend to get that one. Nice job of catching it. He'll slow things down a little. Tom Montour is arguing with the official. And honestly, I get it. Like, you get fired up, you're excited, the passion, the adrenaline. It's hard to rein it back in. And it's going to be, I think, behind the back attempt by Bomberry. It's going to be grabbed by the Redhawks. I think it's going to be hard for him to kind of gather himself in this period anyway. It's just the nature of a passionate player. Hard to dial it back in once you get riled up. Hopefully they can settle him down in the second and he can come out and play, because he's a great player. He's a great player. Nice block by Vern Hill, and doesn't quite get it, misses it. He thinks something should have maybe been called. Gabe Edwards couldn't connect on that pass. Big hit from Cole Powless, and the 30 will expire. Good defensive shift for the Warriors. Here goes Vern Hill. He's got a couple with him. He's going to pass it off. Nice play. Good save, though, by Fergola. Turning aside the shot from Keelan Point, son of Craig Point. One of the hardest shooters you'd ever see of a lacrosse ball when he was playing for the Rochester Nighthawks, the Haudenosaunee Nationals, I guess the Iroquois Nationals at the time, wherever he was playing. He could rip it. Six Nations Chiefs behind the back to Wall's good. Burnhill misses that pass. It'll be scooped up, and it's going to be the illegal substitution. Too many players on the floor for Onondaga. Exactly 3 to go in the first period, and it is 3-3. That'll be served by Percy Booth. Dustin Hill will head back to his net for the Warriors, and Jacob Bomberry will start with possession up at center. Over to John Perry Smith. He's got Dice Miracle with him on the left. Over on the far side, it's Damani Thomas down at the crease, and up at the shooter spot, that was Gord Wall's good. They get it to Miracle. Oh, big save, left hand of JP Fergola. Leland Powless and Carl Starkey are down low on the penalty kill. Starkey getting after that one. Couldn't get there first. It's going to be through the crease on How Dice Miracle. And Gabe Edwards and Peter Leota up top on the penalty kill. See if they continue in those roles when they get back. That's going to be a 10-second count. Oh, Miracle was open down the floor, wanted it, but they didn't see him quite in time, and that pass is handed over. Devin Buckshot will lope into the offensive zone. Now Miracle staying down the floor for the Warriors, so he is watched by Leota, which makes it a 3-on-4 at this end. Perry Smith back for a defensive shift, harassing Buckshot. There's Gavin Sky to the aid. That's a check from behind. Illegal pick. Not much question there on hitting Hemlock. Like Gavin Sky's having himself a game today. There's John Perry Smith. Over to Wall's good. Oh, my goodness. Yesterday's game ball recipient rifles that with alacrity. Look at what he gets onto this one. A couple of hops, and he is stepping into it. Oh, he has so much room to come in and shoot. Buries it to make it 4-3. I think that's the first lead of the game for the Warriors. Did they go up 1-0 and then shifted? Not sure. We're in a game. Warriors up by 1. Dougie Powless, another face-off win. Tom Montour, look at that play. What a stick handle from Tom Montour through a double team. One hand. They get over to Damani Thomas. Todd Thomas coming in. He's going to set a pick, and Damani just lets it fly. That's up into the first row. Actually, just below the first row. The fans kind of leaned away. I thought they might reach over the railing, try and grab that. Two penalties. So it's a slash and a delay of game. So that is huge. Could be a massive swing. Leland Powless takes the slashing call, then Percy Booth the delay of game. Montour will be the safety valve up at the top as we go to this 4-on-3 set. Perry Smith gets it back from How Dice Miracle. Back to Miracle. Reaches far side, scores. It is so hard to stop the 4-on-3. See the patient movement. Perry Smith down to Miracle. He'll get it back and then just hesitates for a second. A little flip down, and they're just, this is where you see maybe some heavy legs late in the period after playing yesterday. Short-handed for the Redhawks. That can carry over. They definitely, they've got a little more jump today, but you can see maybe a little fatigue coming in. That makes it 5-3. The one power play is wiped out. 1:45 to go. And the other is Tom Montour will get this ball and fire it across to Ryan Johnson. So this 4-on-3 again as Devin Buckshot has stayed up the floor, and I'm not sure I like this strategically because the 4-on-3 is such a better advantage than the 5-on-4. I say just go and play penalty kill. Miracle to Perry Smith, and Damon Doxer finds Walls Good, who fires another rocket. This one's stopped by Fergola. Picked off by Perry Smith. How nice. Miracle gets it. I think Damon Doxer was the intended target of that pass. He's the only lefty who didn't touch the ball. Behind the back from Dice Miracle. Perry Smith gets one. Oh, pass it out. Oh, no, you only had 3 seconds. Never mind, I take it back. Time is about to run out. What a first period. We will go to the intermission with a big surge from the Warriors, sliding them up ahead 5-3. They'll have 38 seconds left in man advantage when we return on Stamplax Productions on YouTube. Thanks for being with us. We will see you in about 10 minutes. Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to Can-Am Senior B Lacrosse League action. Those are the Onondaga Redhawks. They're trailing 5-3, and as you can see, they've got another 38 seconds to kill on the delay of game penalty to Percy Booth. Down at the other end, we're really getting down there. The Grand River Warriors are gathering. They lead 5-3, 120-9 yesterday. And they are ready to go. And Tom Montour is at the back behind the net. Let's just stay with him for a second. There's Tommy Montour stretching out. He actually did a nice job. I was saying it's really hard for a passionate competitor like that who has a history of getting all fired up to rein himself in. He did a really good job down the end of the first period. And let's see. I got to give him credit. He's going to come out and be ready for this draw. Dougie Pallas is hanging out in the crease with a very relaxed Dusty Hill, and Pallas will now take a big swing, a little tap on the leg pads, and about now he's going to come in the picture, where he will face off with Gabe Edwards. And big possession here off this face-off because the Grand River Warriors are on the power play for 38 seconds. And that is already ticking away. It's going to be down to about 30 by the time someone establishes possession. Nice face-off win. And the Warriors will have a chance to run something on the power play. Devin Buckshot's going to go back to play. He was staying up, as the Redhawks have been doing, but they're going to go with the traditional 4-player penalty kill unit. Buckshot's at the top with Gabe Edwards. That's Leota and Hayden Hemlock down low. Oh, nice pass out front. They hit Damani Thomas. But that shot gets away, though, and it's grabbed by Buckshot. Penalty is over. Percy Booth should be coming out. Not sure why he's standing in the box. There's a chance on the back door. Goal by Damon Dockstader. And Percy Booth comes out now. Maybe they told him. Maybe there was more time than was showing on the board. I'm not sure why he was staying in the box. But you can actually see him there in the box as this play develops. Nice pass, drawing the defender. Smart play there by Phil Henry. Not usually involved too much in the offense, but a good play by Henry to get it across. And just like that, it's 6-3. And Grand River needs one more on the floor. Now they're going shorthanded. Big battle. It comes right out behind the back shot by Tom Montour. He takes a pop from Gabe Edwards, who I think may have been trying to incite him a little bit. Tommy Montour showing some good composure. That pass doesn't connect with Leland Pallas. That's going to be an illegal check. Very close, but Pallas laying the boom just before Ryan Johnson had possession, I think. The ball pops loose. Here's Montour. He's been going back and forth between the Woody and the Tupperware quite a bit in this game. That's Fergola corralling that, making the short outlet pass to Edwards. Going to make a longer pass, but it's picked off by Vern Hill. 2-on-1. Hill's going to draw, fake pass. Oh, that's almost in. Shot by Todd Thomas off the underside of the crossbar and back out. I'll tell you, Vern Hill was passing all the way unless the defender just went and played pass completely. And Hill was just kind of back into his opponent before he picks a stick up. Grand River back into the offensive zone. Riley Squire slowed it down a bit, hands it off. Perry Smith quickly from Walls-Good on to Damani Thomas. Pick for Walls-Good. It's a pretty good shooting lane. Saved though by Fergola. It's stuck into his leg pad. It'll be picked out and passed forward. Leota making that pass, and here comes Cree Cathers. Big stretch here for the Redhawks. They made a big push back yesterday in the second period. Darcy Pallas talked to his team. You can see a clip on the Grand River Warriors socials on their Instagram where he was saying, yeah, the second period is a little ugly, but we got it back together in the third. There's a penalty coming now, and that's going to be another one. Slashing and slashing. They're both going to Ryan Johnson. Took one and then plays blow down because he took a second one. And after edging out to a 6-3 lead, that's a pretty good way to give Onondaga a chance to come back in. They'll start with Gabe Edwards at the top on the power play. Vern Cook Jr. at the lefty shooter spot, and Rio Johnson down low. I'd imagine Johnson will come up to the shooter spot at some point. Leland Palace at the righty shooter. Devin Buckshot down low. Montour and Cole Palace at the top on the penalty kill. Dougie Jamieson and Vern Hill down low. Vern Hill recovers. Oh, loses man, fires Gabe Edwards. Vern Hill was trying to cover everybody down in that area and just wasn't able to stay with them all. You can see here the pick, and Vern Hill's going to fight his way through and then goes up after the pass. So that pick had kind of a delayed effect. Worked out quite well. Nice finish by Gabe Edwards, just seconds into the first penalty. And the Onondaga Redhawks will stay on the power play. It's 3:07 into this second period. Leland Palace fires one. That's stopped by Dusty Hill. Gavin Sky leaves it. They're going to tell him, oh, I think they were saying stay, but he's going to be like, no, I'm coming over. Onondaga does leave a player, Devin Buckshot, down the floor, so Vern Hill stays with him. That makes it a 3-on-4 penalty kill. Shot just before the 30 expires by Damon Dockstader, and it's picked up, but it's not picked up by John Perry Smith. They're going to call that a push, a loose ball push from behind, and Grand River will get possession. That's a tough call because it's not a penalty checking from behind. That wouldn't be a checking from behind or boarding the way he played that. Now it's going to be a 4-on-4 down here as Vern Hill snuck up. He's going to race back to the other end. Heads up play by Vern Hill to create a great scoring chance for John Perry Smith. And Hill's thinking about slipping in there again. He's saying, no, don't pass it to me now. Hang on. Just kind of directing traffic from just on the offensive side of center. 10 left on the shot clock. They're going to get a change, get one player back. Todd Thomas trying to spin through, eventually separated from the ball. Onondaga wanted a penalty. It was Mike Kurdzalek getting knocked over kind of after the play. Has a bit of a point, but the referee just said, nope, no call. Doesn't rise to the level, but Kurdzalek was not convinced. Here's Rio Johnson down low. Thinking about the shot. Oh, nice bouncer, Devin Buckshot. Rio Johnson makes the right decision. You can see, I think he's seriously thinking about having a rip. And then passes it across, and that's a beautiful bouncer to find the back of the net. It's a one-goal game with a couple of power play goals. There you go. The discipline is such a big factor. Edwards and Palace with another extended battle. Palace had it in his stick, just couldn't pop it out because Edwards was kind of checking across the top of the stick. I was fairly sure you can't actually just pin the guy's stick down, but who knows? Gord Wall's good. Nice pass to the back door. Big save by JP Fergola. It's going to be Grand River possession, and I'm a little surprised that nobody from Onondaga said a word. So we're going to have a moving pick. Nobody said a word to the player who ran into the goalie. I know it wasn't vicious and it probably wasn't intentional, but man, you don't run into the goalie. Hard rip there, but it is stopped. Nice save by Dustin Hill, and then Peter Leota, who took the shot, almost picked off that pass. Montour finds Jacob Bomberry, gets away from him. That'll be an over and back, but it may just be possession they're going to play because it's a 3-on-2. Yeah, they're going to just keep it rolling. Buckshot will fade back. Hard blast there from Leland Powless. Another shot from downtown. Montour comes away with the rebound, has the ball knocked away, but how did he make that pass? He couldn't have known that was there. What a play. Big save, JP Fergola, but holy cow, what a passing play from Montour to Cole Powless and up. John Perry Smith. Cole Powless. Good defensive work, and Rio Johnson eventually gets free of him. He's thinking about going himself to the net. That's pretty good defense there from Riley Squire. The pass back doesn't quite connect. It will be tracked down by Vern Cook Jr. He's going to shoot late in the 30. Doesn't get through. It's blocked out front by one of the defenders, and that will be possession. They move it ahead quickly. Jacob Bomber, who was off the bench as the first defender got there. Heads up play by Squire to find him, but it just wasn't there for a lane to the net. Todd Thomas looking to hit Wald's good on the pick and roll, but Wald's good at hit the deck. So the Warriors will go back to D as it comes forward through the stick of Peter Leota. That pass is picked off. Moreno trying to take off. Good job by Leota to get back and take away the transition opportunity and stayed up just long enough to keep the shot from having a chance. Here's Tom Montour. There is again a player up the floor. Devin Buckshot for Onondaga. So we're 4-on-4 here. Damani Thomas's hard shot turned aside, but will roll out to Keelan Point. Oh, off the foot of Fergola. A ton on that underhand shot from Damon Dockstader. Keelan Point is down on the far side of the lefty shooter spot. I saw his dad, Craig, in the stands. There's a shot and a save by Fergola. I asked Craig if the young lad could shoot it the way he did. He said, yeah. I don't know, man. I was saying earlier, Craig Point, one of the hardest shooters in the game. Terrific player. Now his son, obviously a good player too, but I just don't know how many people then or now could shoot the ball as hard as Craig Point. And we're going to have something going on here. Gavin Sky tangled up with Percy Booth. Booth wants nothing to do with it at this point. Or does he? No, he's just heading to the bench. Percy Booth continuing to egg Gavin Sky on, which, as long as you don't go over the line. And now we do have an unsportsmanlike to Tom Montour. Actually, I think it's a 10-minute misconduct. Oh. Lennox Minton wants to come and find out what's going on, so it's a 5-minute face masking call to Gavin Sky. And then the 10 minutes misconduct to Tom Montour. So the Montour penalty doesn't affect the manpower on the floor, but it does mean you're missing your captain and a dynamic difference maker for 10 minutes. And then until the next stoppage after your 10 minutes runs out. Gavin Sky gone for 5. He will have to serve that full 5. And again, if Onondaga can score 2 on the major, he stays in until the next hard stop, non-technical stoppage, after his penalty expires. If they can get 2 on this one, that would push them ahead. Free Cathers. We've got a man in the back door. Rio Johnson didn't get through. Nice pickoff by Vern Hill, of course. And he flips it ahead to Cole Powless. Powless leaves it there. And Riley Squire is going to pull away. And Vern Hill saying, let's go. And a penalty coming in the crease to Gabe Edwards. And Vern Hill was like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Dusty Hill races to the bench. Little sidearm skipper from Howdice Miracle is stopped. And Gabe Edwards going to the box is going to leave us at 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, barring further penalties. And that'll leave 2:21 on the major for Onondaga to go back on the power play. Thanks again, Lacrosse Friends, for being with us here on Stamp Black's YouTube. Grand River Warriors action will be live on the channel all year long. 6 teams. They play a double round robin against each of the 5 teams, a 20-game regular season. So lots of action here in the Can-Am, and it is some good lacrosse. Grand River's coming together. John Perry Smith sidearm shot stopped by Fergola. They may not be done yet. Rosters aren't finalized yet. Don't be surprised to see. I mean, there have been a lot of big name signings and big name additions to teams in the Can-Am and the Three Nations League out in BC. But, yeah, don't be surprised if there's some more news coming from some of these teams. Howdice Miracle on defense, and he's looking like an old vet. I mean, he is a vet, but not on defense. He's going to come away with the ball after he got some help there from Moreno. But nice work by Buckshot to get it back. Buckshot's got Vern Cook Jr. And the 30 will expire. His possession was never, I guess they're saying it was never established by Grand River. I thought Howdice Miracle had it and then got stripped. 1 minute left on the one penalty. Leota is going to shoot. Don't mind the idea, but he really kind of took himself out of shooting angle the way he approached that one. He was trying to make it look like he was going to pass. I get it. Needs to really crank that across the body. Couldn't quite get it done. Onondaga is still figuring out what's going on. They've got guys in the change box. I think Peter Leota was trying to sort something out. Coming out from behind the net. Gordwall's good. Hands it off. Dockstader, hard shot, scores! That looked like it was deflected off of something. We'll take another peek on the replay. Nice job by Walls Good to get out of that little traffic jam in the back. Yeah, I think that hit the stick. Yeah, it for sure hit the stick of the defender coming out. Take another peek. Watch the defender who comes running out. Right there at the edge of the dotted line. I think that hit his stick. You can see the look. He's like, I can't believe it. The tunes are pumping. The camera folk are thumping. And the Warriors, with that tipped goal, push ahead 7-5. They'll go shorthanded in 10 seconds. Oh, another chance on the 4-on-4. Jacob Bomberry feeling snake, but he was very frustrated by that one. Got to make sure you don't wind up taking a penalty here with your frustration. Good job containing himself and just checking smartly by Bomberry. And Onondaga back to the power play. Bomberry is pinned on D now on the penalty kill. Now he's taking off up the floor. Cole Palace wanted to make that outlet pass, but probably wisely decided the lane really wasn't there, because there was some forecheck pressure, but you could see how much he wanted to hit Bomberry on the run. Here's Dice Miracle. Palace has stayed at the other end of the floor because Devin Buckshot is there. And Dusty Hill's kind of ambled up to the dotted line, just get a better look at what's going on in the offensive zone. Here's Walls Good with 3 on the shot clock, bounces one for goal, stops it. Rebound was loose for a moment, but Grand River had wisely sent everyone to the bench to get their defense out. Thanks for being with us, Lacrosse friends. Please do subscribe to Stan Plack's YouTube. Hit that little subscribe button. Check out all the Grand River Warriors home action. Oh, what a rip! Cree Cathers has been quiet today. There's nothing quiet about that one from outside the dotted line. Cree Cathers, you can see he's not even in the picture here. He's so far out of the play. He'll step into it, step across the line, and blast it. Yeah, he had 1 foot outside the restraining line. Holy Hannah. Here he comes. Loads it up and rips it. Just overpowers Dusty Hill. And we've got ourselves a 1-goal game with that power play goal from Onondaga. And they're still on the man advantage for up to another minute 12. Dougie Powell is playing it ahead to himself. He's got Dice Miracle with him. Wisely doesn't make that pass error. A couple of Redhawks kind of lurking. Dockstader flips it up to Dice Miracle. 4 on the shot clock. Dougie Palace from downtown. Actually got that one on net. JP Fergola had to be alert. He has no trouble with it. Passes it ahead, and the long pass from Starkey. Palace Onondaga really late getting their 5th runner out there on the power play. And that is going to be a long outlet pass. Just gets away from Dockstader. Got into the backside of the mesh so he couldn't get it. It's a 4-on-3 down here at the moment. Hard blast. Oh, just absolutely rocked the net. Actually knocked it back slightly behind the goal line. The way it ripped off that crossbar. Fighting through. Step back scores. Devin Buckshot ties it up. It was an even strength goal because the penalty had expired. And we're going to have a goalie water break, and we'll take another look at this shot from Devin Buckshot. So the Grand River players just coming into the play out of the penalty box. You see right there, Gavin Sky gets into the picture. Not in time, though, to have an impact. Nice step back from Devin Buckshot. So the goal, as you can see, Dustin Hill is right over at the Grand River bench getting his water on this goalie water break. JP Fergola didn't quite make it to center, and their trainer brought him his water. Hey, it's the long change period. If you can save yourselves 20 or 30 steps. JP Fergola and Dustin Hill both playing all the way so far in these 2 games, yesterday and today. A 20-9 win yesterday for the Grand River Warriors that improved them to 5-4, dropped Onondaga to 3-5, but completely different game today. It is 7-7 with just under 7 to go in the second period. I'm Steven Stamp, very pleased to be bringing you this game, and very pleased that it's a close game. It's always exciting, fun when the games are close and battle back and forth. Lob pass over to Monty Thomas. Fakes a little pass. Don't think anybody was buying that one. Again, an Onondaga player down the floor. So Johnson has stayed back to cover him. I think it's Devin Buckshot. Can't see the uniform, but that's going to be through the crease. Yeah, it's Buckshot. You can just see the bun popping out the bottom back of his helmet. Matt Byron hands it off. Rio Johnson has it as the Redhawks slowly come into the offensive zone. They're going to catch a little bit of a breather, and now they're going to go with 8 left on the shot clock. He'll stop that one. Rio Johnson trying to... That's going to be a holding the stick penalty. Oh, no, they're not going to call the penalty. They're just going to say possession, but Vern Hill literally just ripped the stick out of Rio Johnson's hand and tossed it aside. Now Vern Hill's lost a glove. He's going to keep playing. And Rio Johnson, yeah, that's going to be Rio Johnson going for the slash near the hand. And I don't know if you're going to call it slash. Yeah, they're saying he slashed his hand when he didn't have the glove on. It's a major for slashing. He's saying, hey, I'm just slashing the stick. And the official, we can hear him saying, it doesn't matter. You're not going to slash his bare hand. Boy, discipline has played a massive role in this game. Now a chance for the Warriors to bounce back from some shorthanded goals, or some power play goals they allowed. Oh, Damani Thomas. I don't know if the Redhawks just weren't really ready for that play to start, but that was 4 seconds into the power play. Oh yeah, they're just sending their last player out to the floor now, so they've only got 3 guys. That's Damani Thomas in the spot where that player should have been. That's just too easy. Mental error for the Redhawks. Now, play can't be blown in. The officials can't let play start when a team doesn't have enough players on the floor. So they correctly didn't call it right away, blow it in, but it doesn't mean they have to let them get back to their position. They've got to be out on the floor. It's kind of on you to get your guys out there. Redhawks should have really rotated down to cover Damani Thomas. Now Jacob Bomberry, backdoor attempt. Dice Miracle stopped. It's going to be picked up by John Perry Smith. Jacob Bomberry badly wants a goal. He's feeling a bit snake bit. You see his frustration earlier, but he's going to make the pass as necessary. Save on the shot by John Perry Smith, and Dice Miracle back out top to Bomberry. Here's Gord Wall's good hard shot, but that one's deflected out front, went off the stick of Gabe Edwards. Edwards and Colby Gould up at the top of the penalty kill. There's a great chance in front. The ball will go back, though. Continues to be Vern Cook Jr. and Carl Starkey on the bottom of the PK. Those four have to be getting a little tired as this possession carries on, resets. Jacob Bomberry, fake. Oh, nice pass to Gordon Wallace. Good off the crossbar, straight out to Bomberry. No chance for the Redhawks to change, and they are still stuck out for this long defensive set. Miracle, he's got the man on the back door. Can they get it to him? Bomberry's going to try to shoot instead. I thought Damani Thomas was getting open on the righty back door side. Long outlet pass. That's off the foot of Moreno. Ball was able to spy out those bright salmon-colored shoes. Find a way to bounce off the outside of the 1 foot. Nice quick attempt by Damon Doxer. Just missed. Shovel pass ahead. Chance for Leota. He's going to be in on a breakaway. Shoots just stopped by Dusty Hill. And Gavin Sky is going to give at least possession. And probably one more pop. He's going to take a penalty. So it will be Onondaga possession. 3:01 still to go on the Rio Johnson slashing major. And again, you get the second goal on the 5-minute major. And that player has to stay in the box until after the next non-technical stoppage, after his 5 minutes runs out. So there's a penalty coming as Devin Bucktooth, see if we caught that one. I was looking down. You see Devin Bucktooth off to the right there. He's got no stick. He's just going palms up, says my stick is over by the bench. And Vern Hill going to get caught this time. And we'll go to 4-on-4. Didn't see what happened there, but I mean, the stick was a long way away from Devin Buckshot. And we clearly saw Vern Hill do it earlier to Rio Johnson. So Johnson's still in the box for another 2:52. And there's Hill in the box. So we've got some 4-on-4 action. Oh, nice fight through, but then couldn't quite accept the pass. Good effort by Vern Cook Jr. Nice little backhand shovel pass, or underhand shovel pass to get it out. Here's Cole Powless. Little flip behind the back. Wall's good, just steps in, big save for Gola. Cole Powless, I don't know if he even looks that fast, but he just glides up the floor, and you see him pulling away from people. It looks effortless. Here's Creek Hathers. He likes that one. It's blocked at least once. Might have been tipped a couple of times. Picked up by Buckshot. Tried to get it to Cathers. It's going to bounce. That's going to go back over center. Johnson is looking. Is he going to? I think he's going to. Oh, I thought he was just going to let it keep bouncing. He could have run away and let the over and back come into effect. Give them a few seconds to get their power play set up, or their offense set up. It is 4-on-4. 3-on-3 right now down here. Perry Smith misses far side. Buckshot and Squire are at the other end of the floor. Fake pass, reverse whip. Good effort. Really nice pass from Toddy Thomas. That's Hayden Hemlock flying up the floor. He's got a trailer in Matt Byron, but obviously just peel out and set things up. Edwards waves him off, says, now I'll give you the ball. Lennox Mitten on Hemlock. You can see Hemlock wants to go underneath. Mitten was ready. And the pass out won't connect. It will come out to Buckshot eventually. Oh, what a rocket from Leland Powless. And a putback. Dusty Hill goes out to try to get it. And you can see him thinking, I've got to get back. Here's the shot. It gets away. Hill's going after it. And he's like, oh, no. Oh, no. And by then, it's all over. Leland Powless will just tuck that one home. You can almost see that moment where Dusty Hill is like, again, I've got it. Oh, no. It's 8-8. What a game we've got with 1:49 to go here in the second. 15 seconds left in Vern Hill's penalty, and then there'll be a 55-second power play, barring further penalties, for Grand River on that major to Rio Johnson. And they did. I think they got one on the major. Did they? Ripped by Dice Miracle. That's going to give him a fresh 30 as Vern Hill comes out of the box, and he'll take this pass. And he'll head to the bench. Just leaves it there, rolls it to the man who's replacing him. Or does he? Wait. They've only got 4 on the floor. They score anyway. Grand River was actually short a man. They could have had 5 out there. Now we've got some more jawing. Oh, Starkey and Point going at it. Let's take a look at this replay. Look, there's the 4 players. The other one's just about to come off the bench. They should have had 5. They could have had 5. So it was a power play goal, officially, even if they didn't have the 5th guy on the floor. And now there's a discussion about the situation. Carl Starkey, I think, is saying that's 2. We should be able to put somebody back out. Wait, are they counting the goal? It hasn't gone up on the board yet. There's a discussion down at the officials' booth. Oh, yeah, I guess they have. It's 9-8. It was 8-all. So they have put the goal up. Is there going to be a face-off? I think there should be. We had to play earlier where the penalty was taken. It was the late caller was taken as the goal was scored, and they didn't have a face-off. They went to possession. Now, the one official has gone down the tunnel with the key. He may just have needed an early jump on intermission. I'm not sure. So Lennox Mitten now coming over because he's got something to ask. I don't know if the confusion is maybe they thought it wasn't a power play because Grand River really did have 4 guys on the floor. Their 5th player was just stepping from the bench into the change box as that shot was fired home. Clint Doolittle is just having a talk with the officials in the scorer's box to figure out what's going on. Please do go and subscribe to Stamp Lax on YouTube. See all the Warriors home games into the playoffs if they're there. Looks like they will. The playoff format has not yet been quite finalized. That will be taken care of soon. 1:18 to go, and we've got now the other official returning. And Dice Miracle's going to go have a chat with him. Oh, do we have a measurement? They've just handed him a tape measure. Yeah, they're going to be measuring Carl Starkey's stick. It can be 42 inches long. I think it's okay for the length. They're checking the width of the pocket. The width of the head, the length of the pocket. The ball's not going to stay in there. They're going to do the test. It'll come out easily. Rolls out that way as well. They're handing the stick back, so that's going to be a delay of game, I would think, to Grand River. Okay, so that's where the official is headed with the key. They need to get a tape measure. And now they're going to have to go and explain to the teams and their captains exactly what the call is. Oh, wait, did they take the stick away? No, that was okay. Yeah, it's a delay of game. Vern Hill's going to go and serve it. And that will make it Onondaga possession, trailing by 1 with 1:18 to go in the second. Check out Blue Squatch on YouTube as well. They have a ton of Can-Am action. Basically all the teams on the AM side of the Can-Am, their games are streamed on Blue Squatch. We've got the Can side here with the Grand River Warriors, the only team on the Canadian side of the border. Of course, all the teams based in First Nations. Fully status roster, too, for Grand River Warriors. Sunshine Grattan, the GM for the Warriors, very proud of that fact that they have all status members of First Nations on this squad. Montour and Johnson up high on the penalty kill. Paulus and Moreno down low as it's a lefty strong set for the Redhawks. Cree Cathers up to Vern Cook Jr. and quickly on to Gabe Edwards. Powless makes the pass. Buckshot's the only one who hasn't handled it yet. He's going to get it. No, he's not. It's going to be a shot. Cree Cathers. Oh, and what a shot it is. 24 seconds into the power play. Some really nice ball movement. Just look at all these passes. And then the behind the back. And that's the stick having eyes that you don't. Cree Cathers shoots around the defender, uses him as a screen. Whistle blown in. We're 9-9 in the final minute of the second here. What a game. Remember the score yesterday was 20-9 for the Grand River Warriors. Buckshot is down on the floor. At the other end is going to get a chance here. JP Fergola with the save on Dice Miracle. Snagged there by Jacob Bomber. He popped out of his stick, but a chance for Dockstader. Another save. Boy, JP Fergola has faced a ton of rubber in the last couple of days. That pass is nowhere near Vern Cook Jr. as they were under a bit of pressure to try and get the ball up the floor. And Ryan Johnson will run down the floor and we'll have a timeout with 17.7 to go. Darcy Powless and his staff will talk to their Grand River Warriors. That is the offensive set right there, you see. Now they're going to go with 6 forwards. They've actually got all 7 of their, or they've got all 8 of the offensive guys. They've got 5 lefties in today and 3 righties. We'll see who comes out for this 6-on-5 set. 29 is John Perry Smith, 81 is Gord Walls Good. Heading up to the top is Todd Thomas, 15. 43 down lower is Damani Thomas. 88 in the slot is How Dice Miracle. And down at the lefty crease, you got Damon Dockstader, 35. They're going 3-3 with a couple of lefties on the bench. Again, 5 lefties suited up today for Grand Rivers. They're working towards finalizing their roster in the next week or so. 7 on the shot clock. It's a good look, but it's blocked. Can Hemlock get there and win that battle to the ball? Great effort from Todd Thomas to avoid giving Hemlock a shot at the empty net. And through 40 minutes of play, we are going to go to the intermission with the score 9-9. Make sure you come back. Let everyone know to come and join us. This is a great game, and we'll have the final 20 minutes or more when we return from intermission. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to Can-Am action here at the TD Civic Center in Brantford. There are the Grand River Warriors, 20-9 winners yesterday, but as you can see, it is not going like that today. They are tied 9-9 with the club at the other end, the Onondaga Redhawks, who are a little short-handed, a couple extra bodies in today. And they are battling. They battled yesterday, but they're really doing it effectively this afternoon. Thank you, lacrosse friends, for being with us on Stamp Lax Productions here on YouTube. I'm Stephen Stamp. Shout out to camera person Carrie McMaster. And we are getting ready to roll for what should be a dandy of a third period. Goaltenders, Dusty Hill for the Warriors, JP Fergola for the Redhawks. We'll shout out again to Katie Bod Fergola, who was at home, had her baby shower yesterday, and is now, I think, about 17 days away from them having their second child. So we certainly wish all the best to them. And there are a whole bunch of babies here in the arena. It is great to see the generations coming together. And Dougie Palace, speaking of generations, son of Warriors head coach Darcy Palace, is looking to get a face-off win here, but it's going to be picked up the other way. Gabe Edwards will go with first possession for the Redhawks. Steps over center. Little bit of trouble situation, but does a nice job to get through. It's a big pick from Buckshot. Edwards goes down. The ball's still on the floor. Scooped up now by Ryan Johnson. Vern Hill is saying, come on, come on, come on. Head over there. Shoot, scores! Some good traffic direction from Vern Hill, and an even better shot from Ryan Johnson, who is still running as he makes his way all the way over to the bench. You can see he gets the ball here. Johnson has it, takes off. I don't know if we'll get Vern Hill. Yeah, Vern Hill was directing traffic, and then Ryan Johnson doesn't need any help with the last bit. He'll just let that one fly. Top corner, picks it perfectly. It's 10-9, first blood in the third, drawn by the Warriors. Unassisted marker by Ryan Johnson. Gordwall's good, looking to add one. Nice save by Fergola. Chris Ryan takes off. That ball does pop loose. It's grabbed by John Perry Smith. He's going to make the short pass. Oh! Curious what happened there. There's a big crowd of, all I know is Perry Smith was standing looking down at an Onondaga player who was on the floor. See if we get a chance to take a look at that one. Damani Thomas over to Gordwall is good. That one's tapped away. Looks like they just missed the net. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Let's take a peek. There's Perry Smith with the ball. Yep, somebody tried to check him and did not get the better of it. That's kind of what I thought had happened. Perry Smith just stood there and said, go ahead, bring it. Rip from outside. Oh, my goodness, Vern Cook Jr. It is tied up again. I've not kept track of how many times we've been tied, but it has been a lot. And this is just a rocket. Again, you give him the space, and Vern Cook Jr. will just walk in and bury that one. It's 10-10, a couple minutes into the third. What a game we've got going on here. Back and forth battle. Dougie Palace is hurt as Gabe Edwards chopped down on that. I think it caught him in the arm, and Dougie Palace immediately just kind of curled up with his hand underneath him. Well, it does not look good. The trainer is on his way out. I got to tell you, Dougie Palace is about as tough as they come. The arm is hanging, so that could be a shoulder issue, or maybe it is down on the hand where the contact landed. Either way, Dougie Palace, no, you're not going to that end of the bench. Go to the dressing room. Come on. I mean, I know I just said you're really tough, but okay, at least he's going to take the shift off. Okay, he is going the long way around. He is leaving the bench and just heading down into the hallway where he'll lay down and try and deal with that. And they're going to have a redraw as possession was never really established. So Lennox Mitten steps in for the Warriors. Gabe Edwards is back to the dot for the Redhawks. That is an edge for the Redhawks, but it is scooped up there by Cole Powless. He's running in, thought about the shot. Good hustle by Gabe Edwards to get back. As Dougie Powless is really strong on the faceoffs. He is down the hallway and still nursing that right arm. It's just kind of hanging there. Gavin Sky, we saw him get one yesterday. He almost buried that, but JP Fergola just got enough. It stays in his glove, in the cuff. He'll tip that, and Hayden Hemlock will run forward. Sees a lane, gets a shot off. Dustin Hill had to make a save. Rio Johnson's going to get another shot. That one's wide. Oh, no, it does go off of Dusty Hill, so it's going to be a fresh 30 for whoever gets it. Once again, it's the Redhawks. Rio Johnson over along the far boards. Buckshot waiting. We call this a patient offensive set. Slow set anyway. What on earth? Vernhill reached out with his hand to almost play the ball, missed it, but he's going to get a holding call. And as Hill grabs this one, he'll just toss it into the stands. It's a nice gesture to get it to a fan, other than the fact that one of the babies we were talking about was just about there where the ball came down. All is good, though. It was clear. Vernhill's frustrated, but I think that's a good call. So another power play for Onondaga. Edwards at the top has a strong left set. Rio Johnson will flip it back. He's going to actually skip. No, he will now. Fakes the skip pass and gets over to Vern Cook at the shooter spot. The cutter, nice defense there from Lennox Mitten. Another solid game from him. Gavin Sky is on the run. Oh, does get the pass through. That's a good check from Leland Powless as Gordwalls Good had the ball. Oh, Fergola can't get it though. Oh, this is going to be a wide open chance. That's a block. I don't know if Fergola got it or one of the 2 or 3 defenders who had raced into his assistance. Either way, a great play. There is no rule like the NLL has where you can't act like a goalie in the crease here at this point. And I think that's a good call, but we are, I think, having an illegal substitution, too many men call. Yep, it's going to be on. Who's it on? It's going to be on Grand River, as that will be served by Keelan Point. So a 10-10 game, and that's going to make it a 5-on-3. Play is blown in, and Onondaga kind of still figuring out who they want to have out there. Leland Powless will be the 4th attacker in this 4-on-3 set, with Vern Cook Jr. up at the top as the safety outlet. Rio Johnson down to the crease. Nice save. Dusty Hill as Devin Buckshot got the shot and then took a shot. He drops to a knee. He's back up, not looking very comfortable. And Tommy Montour, yeah, you better get after him. He can run around for days. I know he's been playing forever, but man, he can still move. Evades Rio Johnson. Takes a swat, hangs onto it. Shot late in the 30. And you can hear the appreciation from the bench, the Warriors bench, and penalty box for that penalty kill effort by Tom Montour. He goes back, joins Dougie Powless and Ryan Johnson in the 5-on-3 kill. And Montour was a step from the bench, comes back. Rio Johnson, what a save by Dusty Hill. Montour swats it away. Another fresh 30, and they are 5-on-3, hard behind the back pass down low. Oh, what a save! Dusty Hill. That's a great stop. Vern Hill comes out of the box and almost had a breakaway chance, but just bobbled the pass momentarily. He'll hand it off to Jacob Bomberry. There's half a minute left in the second penalty. And this could be a momentum booster now for Grand River if they can hang on and kill these final seconds. Jacob Bomberry doing a nice job. Gets that shot on net for goal and no problem with it. Stays stuck in the leg pad. Here comes Vern Cook. Here's Rio Johnson. The penalty expires. Keelan Point comes out as that shot ripped by Rio Johnson. Nice putback attempt by Gabe Edwards. That was stopped by Dustin Hill as well. Actually, may have missed the net on that one. That's definitely a save, and it's grabbed by Dougie Powless. Good to see him back out there, showing no ill effects. On the run, oh, what a shot! Julian Moreno. And that's just a lovely sequence for the Warriors, ending in that Moreno goal. You can see Dougie Powless, shoulder back in its socket. Great pass ahead. And Moreno just rips that one on the run. My goodness, what a turnaround. They kill 2 penalties, a whole bunch of 5-on-3 time, and just seconds after the second had expired, they push ahead 11-10 on the Moreno goal. What an effort from Doug Powless. Holy cow. That's a way of growing on you, doesn't he? I love the call, our PA announcer. He gets into it. He did call him Julio because he can go Julio for quite a while. It's actually Julian, but close enough. I'd say give it to him on the call. Oh, what a bouncer! Gordwall's good. Got the game ball yesterday, and that is a beautiful bouncer. And what a swing. In seconds, the Warriors go from tied at 10 and 2 men down to leading by 2, and that is a great pick from Todd Thomas. Not sure how many points Todd Thomas has today, but that is the kind of effort he is giving, regardless of whether he has the ball or not. You know, you hear coaches talk a lot about playing without the ball, about effort, about how you don't have to score to have an impact. That's what they're talking about. There's Dougie Powless getting that ball off the face-off and possession again to the Warriors. Johnson trying to feed it through, gets it to Perry Smith, who gets his own rebound. Pretty nice pass, nice catch from Perry Smith. Both of his helmet straps have come off. He's going to go to the bench and fix that up. Keelan Point rips one. That was pretty hard. We've been talking about whether he can shoot as hard as the old man Craig Point. Oh, he doesn't have to shoot hard there, just accurately, and does it. Goal, Keelan Point. What a run for the Warriors. 3 goals in about 2 minutes. You can see Point just racing down and then comes out to take this pass. Heads up play. Who is that passing to him? That's Gordwall's good. Boy, the off-ball effort by the Warriors being rewarded as they go up 13-10. But we've seen swings both ways. Don't count the Onondaga Redhawks out of this one yet. That was a great feed by Gordy. Dice Miracle taking his time. Damani Thomas moves it on to Todd Thomas. Oh, what a feed in front. Great patience, beautiful play. Damani Thomas. Oh my goodness, what a finish. The Warriors are on fire. Just watch this as Damani Thomas comes into the view. They kind of lose him, actually completely lose him. The temptation is to shoot right away. One thing as a coach, I always tell players, you have a little bit more time than you think in many cases when you're on top of the crease. And the patience there by Damani Thomas. And wow, 4 goals very quickly. They're trying to hit the cutter. Dockstader, they get it there. His shot turned away by JP Fergola, who's going to have to be big for the Redhawks if they're going to come back into this one. There's a feed through the middle. Creek Cathars couldn't quite get it. Vern Hill will take off. Breakaway chance. Cole Pellis off the post. Oh, what a save. JP Fergola spinning to make that stop. Vern Hill gets the rebound, but that was a great second effort stop by Fergola. Buckshot up the floor for Onondaga. Watched by Gavin Sky, so we do have 4-on-4 down in this end. 3-on-4 for the moment until Jacob Bombery can join them. They go back door. Cole Pallas made the catch, was on the other side of his body, couldn't get the shot off. Another save for goal and a good chance from Thomas. Cole Pallas can't come up with it. It's on the back side of the net. There's a little change of pace by Carl Starkey. Makes the pass ahead to Rio Johnson, who's tiptoeing the center line, but got into the defensive side to catch the pass, so there would be no over and back threat, and then ran his way up over center. We're going to come back up to the top to Johnson. Creek Cathers, you saw him score a little while ago. That's going to be an illegal pick. Dougie Pallas trying to show that he's not doing anything as he just puts his arm up and 3 times puts it back down so he can raise it up to show he's not doing anything, and every time hits his Onondaga Redhawks opponent in the face. I mean, it's not enough to call a penalty. I think it's a good non-call, but man, that's got to be annoying. Dougie Pallas having himself a day. Keelan Point spins. Oh, made the pass through for Fergola with the stop. Don't think it was on net, but it did get bounced off his hand. And here's Doc Stater. Oh, thought about going behind the back. Now Point scores on the forehand. What a play there by Gordwall's good. You're going to watch him as he looks like he's going to throw the backhand. Goalies are getting water. Gordwall's good. Gets it here. Fakes the behind the back and then quickly across to Keelan Point, who just tucks that one home. 15-10. Remember, this was a 10-10 game. 9-9 starting the third here. Thanks for joining us, lacrosse friends. You can go back and watch all of the Grand River Warriors action here on Stamp Black's YouTube, save for the very first game of the season. All the rest will be here live. Again, go to Blue Squatch on YouTube to check out all of the action from the rest of the Can-Am League. They are doing home games for basically everyone else over on the AM side of the Can-Am. Dougie Pallas taps it ahead to himself. He's got How Dice Miracle with him. He's going to shoot. It turns into a pass. That's a blocked shot. Pretty sure that was meant as a shot, but it does get off the boards, and Dougie Pallas will head to the players' bench as we're past halfway here in the third period. Delayed penalty coming to Onondaga, so How Dice Miracle says, come on back. Now, is that a goal? No, it's after the 30. John Perry Smith is saying it was good. I think we're going to see the 30-second shot clock expire before this ball goes in. You see 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's close, actually. The penalty coming to Vern Cook Jr. I'm going to take another peek at that. I think it's the right call. I thought live that it was just after the 30. 2, 1, 0. Yeah, that's no goal, but it was close. They did get the call right. Credit to the officials on that one. They, more often than not, do get the calls right. Of course, we always like to talk more about the ones they don't get right than the ones they do, so give them some credit there. Grand River will try to add to this 5-goal run they're on the power play here. Todd Thomas up to Wall's good. Perry Smith. Skip pass, How Dice Miracle, that's not in. Miracle trying to convince us all it was. And that's just a behind the back ice by Percy Booth. He says, I'm just getting this ball out of here and we're going to have a little catch a breather. We head to 9 minutes to play, still a minute 20-ish on the penalty. Boy, the Redhawks were battling and I don't know, I think body language wise you can see a little bit of a slump now. How Dice Miracle wanted to go quick stick, couldn't do it, so he made the pass. Now he's going to a riser. That's into the top of the OAC crest. Onondaga Athletic Council. Reset. And this is not helping. He's clearly kind of weary defenders. A little underhand shot from Devontae Thomas. Pergola will leave it there for Percy Booth. Doesn't connect there. I think the same group is out. They might have changed a couple. So such a close game, 9-9 after the third, 10-10. And now this 5-goal run, 4 of them coming within about 2.5 minutes, I think it was. Go back and check. Oh, there's the 6th as John Perry Smith from downtown. No question on the shot clock this time. There was plenty of time if he'd wanted to wait. But he will absolutely rip that one. A big pick helps open up the space. See, Perry Smith takes it. Well, it's actually not a huge pick from Jacob Bomberry. The defender just kind of lost his footing. 16-10. Oh, there's a punch thrown by Cole Pallas as he and Rio Johnson were getting into it. And now a face mask, and Pallas wants to go. Yeah, they're going to toss. Helmet's coming off. Rio Johnson takes his gloves off, and they're set to go. Johnson in black, Cole Pallas in white. They tangle up. Oh, a couple of tosses. Oh, alternating hands by Rio Johnson. I did not know he could throw him like that. It's not often you see just right, left, and another left. And Cole Pallas maybe reconsidering his decision to get into this tussle. And another punch as Rio Johnson gets Pallas jerseyed. And you know, sometimes after a fight, the players will share a smile, share a tap on the shoulder. I don't think that was the case there. And Rio Johnson shaking his right hand that I'm pretty sure was hurt yesterday. Cole Pallas has gone to the dressing room. Yeah, Rio Johnson will as well. That's it. You're done when you fight. That is 5 in a game. What a tussle. My goodness. A spirited affair. Now, I'm not sure if it'll all be even. I think there may have been a penalty coming already. I'm just not sure if there were already penalties on both sides before the fight started. Cole Pallas grabbed the face mask first. It looks like they're saying, yeah, everything just balances out. We're going to have a face-off. And I don't think anything's going to go up on the board. But we are going for, oh no, it's 5 on 4. Onondaga's shorthanded here. Do they have somebody in the box, or are they? There's nothing up on the board, but they only have 4 players on the floor. I don't quite get what's going on. Trying to listen to the PA. So Johnson and Pallas get 5 in a game. Okay, Onondaga is sending 5 guys out now after the illegal pick was called. I think they just, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'd say they opted to go with 4. But that's what they wound up doing for a bit. Play actually shouldn't have been started. Oh, and now down on the floor. We have Vern Hill, penalty coming to Devin Bucktooth. And Phil Henry is over sharing his thoughts on what just transpired. You have to go back and take a look at that one. You can see Vern Hill limping his way over to the bench. Good thing he's up under his own power. A little shaky, kind of grabbing that left thigh hip area. Devin Bucktooth giving the universal, what did I do? Thumbs up or palms up. It's going to be a roughing call to Bucktooth. He'll go for 2 or less. This one's kind of getting away from the Redhawks. There's a fair bit of jawing between the benches now. This is where people need to just keep their cool. Lennox Mitten now is running around the long way down to our left to get to the dressing room. Not sure what his hurry is there, but he will go and get something dealt with. Colby Gould on the run. Let's one rip. That almost snuck between Dusty Hill and the post. It's going to roll back to John Perry Smith, who will lob it ahead. Nice effort from Hayden Hemlock. May have affected How Dice Miracle, but Miracle does come up with the ball. Finds there's a penalty that's going to wipe the play out. That was a goal by Gord Walls-Good, but the penalty to Grand River came before that. It's going to be Keelan Point. And he's saying, you can see, he's saying, I got high sticked in the face. But it's Point that will go for 2 or less for an illegal cross check, which puts us at 4-on-4 once again. 6:50 to go. Somebody just put Devin Buckshot in the chat, so I'm not sure if I was saying Devin's name wrong. Maybe I was calling him something else. It could happen. And now over at the Onondaga bench, Gavin Skye is over there jousting with Vern Cook Jr. Let's get over to this bench. Gavin Skye is going to the box. He had just followed Vern Cook over, was checking him into the boards well away from the play. Gavin Skye seems to be enjoying himself. Just an interference call to Skye. That'll make it 4-on-3 for Onondaga. I mean, in theory, this one's not out of reach. With 6:39 to go and a 6-goal deficit. Hard rip from Leland Powless. Oh, okay. I was saying Bucktooth and his puck shot. Sorry about that. Hard rip from the top by Vern Cook Jr. Leland Powless with the low to high. A big stop by Dusty Hill in the outlet pass to Tommy Montour. He's got Damon Dockstader coming. They'll switch to their sides. Hard rip and a stop. JP Fergola. Little bounce pass from Creek Hathers. Leland Powless hands it off to Gabe Edwards. He's thinking about a shot, takes it, that's blocked out front. Dougie Powless taps it ahead to himself. Pretty nice fake there. And then heads out to the middle of the floor. 10 seconds left on the penalty to Devin Buckshot. And then he's going to be released, and we'll go to 5-on-3. I would think he'll just go and pressure John Perry Smith. Maybe not even pressure. There's only 8 left on the shot clock here. Oh, Perry Smith's going to get a fresh 30 as that shot goes off of JP Fergola. And up out of play. So Perry Smith will start with it. He's going to get one across to Todd Thomas, who found some open space. 17 on the first penalty. It's Todd Thomas going for a run. Little stutter step, runs into the double team. Oh, big swinging wrap check. Pops it loose. Todd Thomas tries to get it back. And the Redhawks will get the ball. Legging it up is Peter Leota. Little hesitation, moves on. He's got the pass. He takes the shot. As the power play expires, Gord Walls-Good over to Dice Miracle. Sidearm rip. Jacob Bomberry gets that one. Still a dozen on the shot clock. Oh, nice catch by Damani Thomas. Gets the shot off. It goes wide and bounces off of Dice Miracle. Here's Hayden Hemlock with 4 minutes to go here in the third. Thanks for the correction, by the way. Means a lot to me to get names correct. So it bothers me retroactively that I was saying Bucktooth instead of Buckshot. So I do appreciate the call out. Long shot by Vern Cook. And now a long pass from Dustin Hill to Vern Hill. He's going to let that go. Goes far low side. Another chance there on Perry Smith. A save. And it stays out. JP Fergola was looking for it. Buckshot has it. Long pass. That's going to be a 10-second count, though. Onondaga is saying they'd made the pass, but it hadn't gotten across center. There's Dougie Pallas into the offensive zone as we come to the final 3 minutes. Remember, you can go to the Instagram page, Can-Am Stats, and you can follow the link to their link tree and go to their stats page, and it shows all the stats for the season. It was updated yesterday, I believe, but it's updated pretty much every week. Shows the records, shows the scoring for all the teams, who's done what. Great resource. Joining us for all the Grand River Warriors home games is a player down on the floor. Slow to get up is Peter Leota. That one's a little bit wide. Lennox Benton thinking about going for a run. Just got to get the ball. He eventually does. Grand River pretty happy to have the clock ticking away, but Keelan Point, nice move to get through to the middle and get a shot off. Rebound snagged there by Dice Miracle. Point to Miracle, a little away from him, but he tracks it down off the boards. Hard shot off the iron. It's going to go all the way to Tommy Montour, who will just hand it off. And here comes Gord Walls, good. Nice pass through the middle to Todd Thomas. I don't know if Todd Thomas had a goal yet today. I don't recall, but he deserves to have at least one the way he has been playing. He's put so much effort in, and this is going to be a beautiful pick and roll. He even had to pull the stick out from under the elbow where it was pinned by his opponent. Let's watch that one again. We got a little time. Just love this effort from Todd Thomas. The pick, the roll, the rip the stick out, catch the pass, hard twister. And Dougie Pallas is going to win another face-off battle. Tommy Montour will step over center. We're well under 2 minutes now. 17-10. Again, this was a 10-10 game early in this third period. It has been all Grand River since then. Yesterday, the second period was a good one for Onondaga, a bad one for Grand River. The third was very good for the Warriors, and they have done it again here today. They're hoping that their season can emulate the games yesterday and today in terms of getting better as they go down the stretch in the final run of the season. We're nearing the midway point, around the midway point of the summer season. Quick restart. How Dice Miracle is going to shoot off the iron. Greek Cathers with a bounce, so it's picked off. Nice extension there by Johnson. How Dice Miracle didn't put a whole lot onto that one as we come into the final minute. Little slip, popping back up. Nice job by Vern Cook Jr. He's been a great addition to the Redhawks roster today after he wasn't available yesterday. That shot is off the target. Buckshot does get it back. Nice drive to the net by Buckshot. Just can't quite put it home, though. Gord Wall's good. We'll start with it. 30 seconds left. They're just going to hang on to it. There's virtually no difference between the shot clock and game clock. So that will do it, as the Warriors are just going to let these final seconds tick away. I can't imagine they're going to take another shot. So it will be a 17-10 win for the Grand River Warriors. 20-9 yesterday, 17-10 today. Kind of similar scores, but very different games in how they played out. These final seconds tick on. Remember, go to Can-Am Stats on Instagram to check out all the statistics, the standings, and see how everything's going. Go to Blue Squatch TV to see games from all around the rest of the Can-Am League, and be right back here for every Grand River Warriors home game on Stamplax Productions on YouTube. I'm Stephen Stamp. Thanks so much for being with us, lacrosse friends. I will leave you with a handshake line, and we'll see you next time.